Well, it's Hump Day, friends, and today we're talking about Willow. Happy Hump Day. Boy, the middle of the week, the weekend's a couple of days away, and last weekend's a couple days the other direction. We're right in the middle, and I always love Hump Day. Real quick, before we get into Willow, I wanted to tell you if you're needing movies or looking for a specific movie or a box set, something that's hard to find, I got to tell you about my friend Harrison over in Muskegon, Michigan. I guess that's how you say it, Muskegon. I don't know, at the Lake Mall, the Lakes Mall, I think it's what it's called. His store is called Static Tape Video. You can find him on X. Reach out to him on X, like private message him, tell him what you're looking for, and he'll do his best to find you. I just ordered this really nice Vinegar Syndrome Unmasking the Idol Blu-ray. It's got some real nice art. It's a hard shell box. All right, has a double-sided poster in it, and it's numbered, friends. And I got a really great deal on it. He shipped it quickly. I received it in a huge box, safely, no damage. That's the way to go. And he has now become my number one way to find things I need. He's got several things he's looking for me, and if he can order it, he will. So be sure you check him out. And if you live near there, go to his store. He's got a huge store in the mall. I wish I lived close enough to go there. Tell him we sent you. All right, so let's get into Willow. Have you seen this movie? I have to be honest, I hadn't seen it since it came out, probably years and years ago. It came out in 1988, and I was quite young at that point. So let's look at it. Willow, 1988, PG, 2 hours and 6 minutes. A young dwarf farmer is chosen to undertake a perilous journey in order to protect a special baby from an evil queen. Along the way, he teams up with a disgraced swordsman to defeat the evil sorceress. Now, you can watch this on Disney Plus. I did not. I watched it on Prime. Directed by Ron Howard. Written by George Lucas, of all people, and Bob Dolman. Starring Val Kilmer, Joanne Whaley, Warwick Davis, among many, many others. Okay, friends. Basically, this is an odd version of the story of Moses, right? It starts out, the evil queen, there's a prophecy that a girl is going to dethrone her and destroy her, so she starts getting all the pregnant women and women that just had babies and checking the baby because there's a scar or mark on the baby's arm to prove it is the correct one, and killing them so that she can stop the prophecy from being fulfilled. And one of the women who's just had a baby and is in the dungeon, and they're about to check her baby, but she sees the baby has the mark, and she begs the midwife, please take this baby and take it to safety so the evil queen can't harm her. And the midwife snatches up the baby and runs for the hills. The evil queen's henchmen and dogs, ravenous, rabid dogs, they're chasing this midwife, and she comes to a river, and she takes this moldy little thing, mossy, contraption, and she lays the baby on it and sends it down the river, and then she's mauled to death. Scary. And the baby makes its way down the river and lands on the bank of the river near this little village of little people, and I do not remember what they're called. And just a quick note from our friends over at Blackout Coffee Company, make sure you head over and give them a try. Links in the description. But they're a different race. Two of their children find the baby, and that's Warwick Davis's kids, and his family decide to take care of the baby, even though it's not, it's going to grow up to be a full-size baby, and it's not their baby, but of course the baby is in distress, and all by its lonesome, it needs to be taken care of. And thus begins the story, as I said, an abstract version of the beginning of the Moses biblical story. And he is chosen to take the baby and give it to somebody of the baby's kind to take care of it. So him and a ragtag group of other villagers there head off to do that, and in doing so, they meet a disgraced swordsman, which is played by Val Kilmer. I said Kilmer. Sorry, it's Kilmer. I know it is, but for some reason, I always, in my head, hear Kilmer. I don't know why. This is a fantastic movie. It's well written. It is a fun watch. You've got sorcery and action and swords and blood and guts and evil and good and this, that, and the other. And you have a hero's journey with Val Kilmer, who is not such a good guy when you meet him. And then by the end, he has learned to be good and like to take care of other people and to help others, etc. You also have a hero's journey with Warwick Davis's character. Don't remember what's his name in the show or in the movie. Willow. Well, Willow, but I don't remember. His name's weird. It's not just Willow. All right, for the record. That's his last name, I think, but I can't remember his first name. Anyway, all these characters have these journeys from the beginning to the end, and they have to do things they don't want to do, and they grow as characters. The world building's fantastic. I mean, the effects don't necessarily stand up in some cases because of how old the age of this movie is, but definitely has some great monster work in it near the end in the climax with the two-headed monster, the evil prince or the evil queen, and the witch that has to battle her. That, like, it's not perfect, but it's definitely a fun and entertaining watch. I can't fault it. As I said, the story is wonderful. I do know that Disney tried to make a TV series or content for their Disney Plus not too long ago, and they made a season and they ruined it by putting a bunch of messaging in it and all these other things. And not only did it bomb, they have now taken it disappeared. You can't find it on Disney. It's not there. They erased it because it was so bad. Because again, these big corporations, when something succeeds, then they try to redo it now or revamp it for a modern age. They just think that means putting a bunch of messaging in and ruining what is beloved. It makes no sense to me. Just stick with the solid storytelling from the original. That's all you got to do. If something has made a ton of money and is well received and beloved by many people, and you're going to continue the story or reboot it or revamp it or whatever, just stick with the characters the way they were originally written. I don't care if it's troublesome in society now. That doesn't matter. There's a reason it's beloved. There's a reason it did well. And there's a reason that fans love the characters the way they were written. You don't have to change anything. In 99.8% of the situations, writers today can't compete with writers of yesteryear. And on top of that, you're not going to find any moronic writer now that can compete with old school George Lucas. You know, Star Wars, Willow, many things. Now, is he perfect? No, he was not. But his characters are beloved the way they are. Why do you want to change them? Way to go. Anyway, that's it for today. If you want to watch this movie, it's in numerous places. It's on Disney Plus if you go down that route. It's on Prime Video. It's a great movie to watch. I'm going to have to buy a copy of it because I don't own it, but it's not a priority. I have so many things on my plate right now that are on the priority list or that I've already ordered and I'm waiting on. This is going to have to wait a little while, but it is a fun watch. It's not like it's going to have a bunch of language and nudity and whatnot, but it is PG because it does have some blood and guts and gore and some scary-ish stuff, so be forewarned. All right. we're out of here. We'll be back on Friday to talk about something amazing, as usual. For Michael, the microphone, Bob, squeaky chair in the back, and this big fat nerd, we will see you then.